Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk Monday Night Football with the Chiefs hosting the New Orleans Saints. In this matchup, we do come in with a spread of 5.5 points that the Chiefs are laying to the visiting Saints and a total set at 43.5. So in this video, I'll give you guys my best bets. We'll talk about some of the numbers and trends and insights along the way, and hopefully it'll allow you guys to have a better basis in going into making your plays for Monday Night Football. Okay, so let's get into it. If you're new to the channel here, awesome. Make sure you guys all like, comment, and subscribe down below, and please remember to smash that like button, and always feel free to leave your picks in the comments box. Okay, so that's what we got going on. Also, guys, feel free to hop over to the Discord as well as X. Let me know you guys are there. Give me a shout from time to time, and let's get into the picks. Okay, so this is where we're going to dive into Outlier for this, and I'll let you guys see this for yourself. This is some premium content that I'll put on display, but we will look into the betting splits first and foremost. We can see the vast majority, okay, of the differential that we're seeing right now is on the public being on the overside, and this is another primetime under, which has hit yet again last night as well on Sunday Night Football, where we do get 52% of the money is on the under, conversely to 81% of the bets being on the over, and this is my best bet of the evening. Okay, we are going to go into the under in this contest at 43.5. If you guys bet early, you may have been able to get a under at a very good number. It was at 45, getting two more key numbers into the mix. Okay, so 45 would be great if I could get a 45 in this game. However, I do think with this, we're still good at 43.5, and we'll be making a video Tuesday going over the baseball odds and kind of the games, talking about how this game fell right on 44. But I digress. That's not something where I see it being the case. I think this number is good, and I would take this under down anywhere to 42.5. So we still have about a 1-run cushion, a 1-point cushion, mind you. Okay, I just think this is one where we do get kind of a 20s to teens game, so I think this is where we're going to be good with the under in this contest. Okay, also, we do have to look at kind of the storyline coming into this within who's available. Okay, we can talk about it. We have Mecole Hardman's been banged up. We do get Taysom Hill out of this game for the Saints. The Saints have a little bit longer of an injury report. However, I think the one for the Kansas City Chiefs is a little bit more catastrophic, as we do get, the injury continuing with Isaiah Pacheco, as well as now as Rashee Rice, and that subsequent loss there at the receiving core. So look for Xavier Worthy to have a good kind of showing. Look for, Travis Kelce. Hopefully he gets on the board with a touchdown in this game, in this spot. Now let's get back into what's actually going on in terms of the numbers backing up the plays for the game. Now, what I'm talking about is we are looking to some of the statistics and rankings for both of these squads, and also I want to share with you guys kind of some insights for this game, where we do have the Chiefs covering against the spread 7 out of their last 10 games. One of those losses was a push, so we are 7-2-1 in their last 10 against top 10 scoring defenses. So we do look for Patrick Mahomes to show out and show up when we do get him on prime time, especially now with all this steam that the Saints are the best offense in the NFL. I don't know. I just kind of get tickled a little bit about maybe this is a game where Kansas City breaks out, but I still like the under. I think that Spagnuolo is going to have his way defensively with their banged up offensive front, and we saw exactly what happened over the last time out, where we did see when we did see the Saints get absolutely bludgeoned against another tough defensive task in Week 3. And now this is something where we get this once again. I do think that there's going to be a lot of issues within the Saints defensively, though, where we do get some injury statuses that are currently still up in the air. I think that a lot of players are playing banged up. I think this is something, though, as we kind of segue into a potential postseason matchup, that would be kind of interesting. Probably not going to happen, but I digress. I just think that this is kind of a pride game for the Chiefs more so. I think there's a lot of money on the Chiefs money line. That's kind of where it's a very public play. I think I should say more bets on the Chiefs money line. It's just a really chalky public play, okay? And I'll join them on that, but I'm going to take it a little different, little Monday night special, kind of how I do that. That's how we're going to take the Kansas City Chiefs Okay, and the under in a teaser. So we are going to go across that 0, basically get the Chiefs in a pick 'em. I know that's about as chalky as it gets, but it's going to be very hard for me not to back KC here at home with how they're going to approach the New Orleans Saints here in this spot. I think we're going to be good to go. I think that Derek Carr facing attacking style defenses, it's just something where I just don't see him out dueling Mahomes in this contest. So sometimes you have to throw the numbers out the window, because when the Kansas City Chiefs take the field, they just simply don't matter. So give me the home team and the under. That will be a same-game teaser as my second best bet. But to further kind of go down that road, it's really something where the Chiefs started off when Patrick Mahomes went to the league, his rookie year and whatnot. They made a Super Bowl run where they really could, I think, won a couple in a really good stretch. But when they went through that time period where once they became known, the Chiefs became a very, very one-score kind of team. And what I mean by that is they didn't cover anything that was basically more than 7 points. And now the opposite argument holds serve, okay? They are a covering machine, and I think that the numbers have reacted a little bit, and that's kind of why we're seeing the Chiefs, maybe in latter days, they would be, 7.5 point favorites in the spot, but now we get them at 5.5, so we do have a potentiality to cover at 6 or 7, okay? And this is where we look at the top 10 defenses, and that's kind of where we have to look at the New Orleans Saints being a top 10 defense and why this matters. Well, the Chiefs under has hit in 7 of the last 9 games against top 10 defenses, and the Chiefs have won 9 out of their last 10 games straight up against top 10 scoring defenses, also covering the spread 70% of the time with a push, like I've said. So I do like the Chiefs. I think they show up and show out. I don't think that the Saints are kind of equipped to play this game. I think that we look at kind of the props and the rushing, passing. I could go down and talk about Olave till I'm blue in the face. I think that he's going to do well. Taysom Hill, the Swiss Army knife's out for this game. We do get Rashee Rice out for Kansas City. It's going to be a Kelce game eventually. So this is going to lead to my next kind of conversation piece. When will we see Travis Kelce hit the end zone? Okay, when will we see that happen? And when we talk about kind of what's going on within Travis Kelce, I want to show you guys kind of the numbers here and how crazy this is at this very given moment in time. Okay, I'm gonna pull up that number for you guys because it does matter. I've bet this quite a few times, and I think this is something where you look into Kelce and what he's all about. This is where you could find. It's just absolutely crazy, the anytime touchdown. But right now you can see Travis Kelce anytime touchdown is at an abysmal low value. It's usually, we look back at last season and seasons prior, this was a bet where a Travis Kelce anytime touchdown got as high as $2 or more, okay? Now we look at this and it's something where we can get a very crazy number here for Travis Kelce standards, I guess you'd say. And quite frankly, it's a good one where eventually it's going to hit, okay? Right now, it's just something, it's going to hit. I think that you can look into tight ends in this spot. I think that even Jawan Jennings is going to be a nice little option for the Saints if you're into the anytime touchdown market. But right now, you can find the likes of Travis Kelce, and it's just a absolute crazy number where you get him at plus money. It's not too absurd, but plus 130 over 5.5 receptions. That's going to be one that stands out as well. The 58.5 receiving yards has caught up, so I'm not really too much in line with that, but I do think this is where we do get a very interesting game where, we do find potential for Xavier Worthy, longest reception. That's another prop that stands out. We can go down the list and talk about Kareem Hunt. Will he run the ball effectively? Travis Kelce, will he have 5 receptions? I think this is something where he's averaging less than 3.6 receptions on the season. But I look for Kelce eventually to have to fill the void, okay? They can't save him like some teams are doing. I've noticed that we've gotten a lot of reports that players can suit up. They're just choosing not to. There's a report out in San Francisco that Christian McCaffrey could play if he really elected to do so. If this was a playoff game, he could play and be 100%. However, he's just kind of self-holding himself out. And that's kind of the interesting thing to talk about because I think that there might be a little bit where, they're not saving Kelce, but at his age and what the Chiefs need to do and kind of how the scarcity is, they have not made an acquisition at wide receiver. They need to keep him around for the postseason, and I'm really not a fan of them lengthening the season, so we don't get the best quality product. We're just allowing ourselves open for one more week of injuries within the NFL. So that's where I'm at within those props. I would love to be playing a little Taysom Hill anytime touchdown in this game. However, not making the trip. So kind of going to have to look down the road to Kelce, and I'm not against it. I know it's going to be a chalky bet, but plus 130. That's kind of where I'm at. You can go down. Eventually, they're going to get Carson Steele in the end zone. But now with Edwards-Helaire and the likes of Samaje Perine in the mix, I just don't know how much that's going to be happening, especially against a New Orleans Saints run defense. Okay, but albeit I do see this being a banged-up game, so I do look for a couple, like I said, some long receptions. I think you're going to get a kind of sludge match up the middle. I think it's going to be one where you just have a couple big runs, some chunk gains, and then the game gets decided by a bunch of field goals. And that's going to lead me to my next point, okay? We will be taking a look at the Travis Kelce over longest reception once more. That's another prop I dive into, as well as the Alvin Kamara longest reception. I do like that one quite a bit. And I actually am not opposed to taking Alvin Kamara longest reception of the game, taking him in the most receiving yards for the game. Just something that I'm going to be probably betting on the side. So that's kind of where I lend towards the fact that pass rush, dumping off the ball, Kamara's been a special player in 2024 thus far. So I will be taking a little sprinkle at Kamara most receiving yards in this contest. Okay, and it's kind of one where you don't expect to win, but it does pose some good value. So I will be taking that bet as well. Kind of a little, and when I do take it, it's usually going to be like how I play touchdown anytime touchdowns. It will be a portion of a unit, will not be a full unit. So that's kind of where we're at. I want to share with you guys also probably my favorite bet of the evening. This will be Harrison Butker props. Okay, Harrison Butker has exceeded 7.5 kicking points in 4 of his last 5 games. If you do believe in the Saints defense and you do believe in the Chiefs kind of chugging along and failing to score and move the football due to kind of what they have going on from their injuries there offensively and the lackluster kind of start Kelce's had to the season. This is where you look at the Harrison Butker kicking points, and out of his last 5 games, we have flew over that number. You have to go back to 2023 in a loss against Las Vegas where they only had 2 touchdowns, where he failed to eclipse 7.5 kicking points. So for me, guys, it's going to be Harrison Butker. I think he gets 2 field goals and a touchdown. 2 field goals and 2 touchdowns, and that's where we easily get the over 7.5 kicking points there for Harrison Butker. That's probably my favorite prop bet of the day, and also if we do get 3 field goals, we will also come home as well with this bet. So that's where I'm at. You can find that minus 115, probably my favorite prop bet of the day. Okay, so that's what we have going on. Here's a recap to my final plays. We're going KC, New Orleans, under the 43.5. Probably my favorite bet, best bet of the day. Butker over 7.5 in terms of just the side or the total. Butker over 7.5 kicking points. And then I am going to play my Monday night special, my primetime special, Kansas City with the under in a teaser, same game teaser. This time I'm going to pay a little bit more for that 6.5 points in case we do get Kansas City losing by 1 with a late field goal by New Orleans. Gives us a little bit of an out insurance policy. And also, like I said, little sprinkle on that Alvin Kamara most receiving yards. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm at. Also, do not be scared of defensive special teams touchdown in this game. A little bit of a closet pick for me, but I do like the Kelce Kamara longest receptions going over. I think it's something like. Don't quote me on this, but I think Kelce's is close to his is usually always set at around 19, and then Kamara it might be 12.5 or 14.5. I can't remember, but I do like the over in both of those because I do like Kamara to have the most receiving yards in this spot. So appreciate you guys. That is my breakdown for Monday Night Football. Stay tuned for more as we get into the Major League Baseball playoffs. I'll have a video up for that as we talk about what's going on in that market. And I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you subscribe down below, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.